Let me tell you something right out of the gate. If I were starting carnivore in 2026, knowing what I know now, seeing what I've seen in my patients, seeing the labs, the scans, the outcomes, the reversals, the remissions, I would do it with absolute precision. No guessing, no half measures, no nonsense, because the science is clear, the biology is clear, and the results are undeniable. Meat is the optimal human diet, and plants are toxic. And I don't say that to be shocking, I say that because it's true. Here's the hook. Every chronic disease you're seeing explode right now, autoimmune disease, diabetes, obesity, depression, anxiety, IBS, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, arthritis, that's not genetic bad luck. That's dietary poisoning over time. That's metabolic dysfunction driven by inflammatory inputs. And the biggest source of that inflammation, plants, full stop. So if I were starting carnivore in 2026, the very first thing I'd do is stop listening to the noise. I wouldn't listen to influencers. I wouldn't listen to food companies. I wouldn't listen to government guidelines written by people who've never treated a patient in their lives. I'd go back to human biology. I'd ask a very simple question. What did humans evolve eating, and what do our cells actually run on? Let me tell you something. Your mitochondria, the little power plants inside every single cell in your body, they don't care about ideology. They don't care about ethics. They care about fuel. They care about substrates. They care about amino acids, fatty acids, cholesterol, iron, zinc, B vitamins. And meat provides all of that in the exact form your body recognizes and uses with minimal waste and minimal inflammation. Plants don't. Plants are not benign. Plants are not neutral. Plants are full of defense chemicals, oxalates, lectins, phytates, salicylates, goitrogens. These are not optional. These are not rare. These are built-in pesticides. Plants can't run away, so they poison what tries to eat them. And when you eat them, those toxins don't magically disappear. They interact with your gut lining, your immune system, your joints, your brain. I've seen it in my patients. People with crippling joint pain that disappears in weeks. People with lifelong eczema gone in months. People with autoimmune thyroid disease normalizing antibodies. That's not placebo. That's removing the trigger. So here's exactly what I do. Day one, I'd commit, not emotionally. Biologically, I'd decide that for 90 days, I'm not experimenting, I'm not dabbling, I'm not cheating. I'm letting my physiology reset. Because insulin resistance, leptin resistance, mitochondrial dysfunction, these don't fix themselves in a weekend. I'd start with ruminant meat, beef, lamb, bison. Why? Because ruminants pre-digest plant toxins. Their multi-chambered stomachs neutralize a lot of the garbage before it ever gets to you. Chicken and pork are fine later, but ruminants are king. Beef is king. I'd eat fatty cuts, ribeye, chuck, short ribs, ground beef with real fat. Let me tell you something. Fat is not the enemy. Fat is essential. Your brain is mostly fat. Your hormones are made from cholesterol. Your cell membranes are made of fat. When people say they feel terrible on carnivore, 9 times out of 10, they're under-eating fat. Calories matter, energy matters. Starving yourself on lean meat is not carnivore, that's protein poisoning. That's rabbit starvation. I'd eat until satisfied, not stuffed. Satisfied, I'd salt my food. Sodium is critical. When insulin drops, your kidneys dump sodium. That's why people get headaches, dizziness, fatigue. It's not withdrawal, it's electrolyte imbalance. Salt your meat, drink to thirst, don't overcomplicate it. I wouldn't snack. I'd eat 1 to 3 meals a day. I'd let insulin come down. I'd let glucagon rise. I'd let my body relearn how to burn fat. Metabolic flexibility is the goal. Humans are designed to feast and fast naturally, not graze all day like cattle. I'd avoid dairy at first. Even though it's animal-based, dairy can trigger insulin, inflammation, cravings. I've seen it over and over. People stall, people bloat, people flare. Remove variables first, add later if desired. I'd drink water, maybe black coffee if tolerated. That's it. No sweeteners, no carnivore treats, keto junk. Let me tell you something. If it comes in a package and has a marketing slogan, it's probably not helping you. Now let's talk about the science, because this matters. When you remove plant toxins, gut permeability improves. Tight junctions heal. Zonulin levels drop. That means fewer antigens crossing into the bloodstream. That means your immune system calms down. That's why autoimmune symptoms improve. It's not magic, it's removing the insult. When you eat meat, you provide complete amino acids in the correct ratios. That supports muscle, connective tissue, neurotransmitters. Glycine from collagen balances methionine. Taurine supports bile flow and brain health. Carnitine helps fatty acids enter mitochondria. These are not optional nutrients. These are essential. Fat provides stable energy. Beta oxidation produces less reactive oxygen species than glycolysis. That means less oxidative stress. That means less cellular damage. That means healthier mitochondria. And healthier mitochondria mean better everything. Energy, mood, cognition, longevity. I've seen patients with depression lift within weeks. Why? Because inflammation drives depression. Cytokines cross the blood-brain barrier. Remove the inflammation, the brain works again. I'd lift heavy things. Muscle is metabolic currency. Muscle soaks up glucose. Muscle improves insulin sensitivity. Muscle protects against aging. I'd walk daily. I'd get sunlight. Circadian rhythm matters. Cortisol matters. Sleep matters. I track how I feel, not just the scale. Weight loss is a side effect. Health is the goal. I've seen people panic because the scale didn't move for 2 weeks while their blood pressure normalized and their joint pain vanished. Don't miss the forest for the trees. If symptoms flare initially, I'd stay the course. Oxalate dumping is real. Electrolyte shifts are real. Your body is detoxifying. That doesn't mean damage, that means healing. Support it, don't quit. After 90 days, then I'd assess labs, CRP, fasting insulin, HbA1c, triglycerides, HDL, inflammatory markers. Let the data speak. I've yet to see a patient whose labs didn't improve when they actually did this correctly. And here's the controversial part, but it's true. Fiber is not required. The science is clear. There is no essential carbohydrate. Zero. Your liver makes all the glucose you need through gluconeogenesis. The colon doesn't fall apart without fiber. In fact, many people's gut symptoms improve dramatically when fiber is removed. Plants are toxic, not because they're evil, because they evolved that way. Meat is the optimal human diet because it provides everything we need with the least harm. That's biology. That's evolution. That's medicine. If I were starting carnivore in 2026, I'd ignore the fear-mongering. I'd ignore the cholesterol, panic. LDL is not a disease. Inflammation is. Insulin resistance is. Oxidized particles in an inflammatory environment are the problem. Fix the environment, the risk drops. I've seen coronary calcium stabilize. I've seen triglycerides plummet. I've seen HDL rise. I've seen insulin normalize. This is not theoretical. And finally, I tell people about it because people are suffering unnecessarily. They're being told it's their fault. They're being told to eat more of the very foods that are making them sick. That's wrong. So here's my call to action. If you're sick, if you're tired, if you've tried everything and nothing worked, try this. Commit to carnivore. Give your body what it actually needs. Remove what's harming it. Let your biology do what it's designed to do. Subscribe, follow, learn, share this with someone who needs it, because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And once you feel the difference, you'll understand why I'm so passionate about this, because this isn't theory to me. This is lived reality. This is clinical reality. This is watching people get their lives back after being told for decades that their condition was incurable. Let me tell you something. There is nothing more dangerous than a bad idea held with confidence. And the idea that humans need plants to survive is one of the biggest medical myths of our time. Now, if I were continuing this carnivore journey past those first 90 days in 2026, this is where things really get interesting. Because once inflammation drops, once insulin sensitivity improves, once your gut heals, your body starts giving you very clear feedback. Hunger becomes honest again. Cravings disappear. Energy stabilizes. You stop needing caffeine just to function. That's metabolic health. That's what it feels like. At that point, I dial in quality, not because you have to, but because it matters. Grass-fed when possible. Pasture-raised when possible. Not because conventional meat will kill you, it won't, but because nutrient density matters. Omega-3 to omega-6 ratios matter, vitamin content matters. The healthier the animal, the better the food. That's just common sense. I'd also pay attention to nose-to-tail nutrition. Muscle meat is great, but organs are nature's multivitamin. Liver once or twice a week, heart for CoQ10, bone marrow, collagen from slow-cooked cuts. These foods supported human brains long before supplements existed. There's a reason traditional cultures prized organs. They didn't do that by accident. And let me say something clearly, because this scares people. You do not need variety to be healthy. You need adequacy. You need the right nutrients in the right form. Lions don't suffer from nutrient deficiencies because they eat the same thing every day. Wolves don't need a rainbow. Humans don't either. I've had patients eat nothing but beef and salt for years with pristine labs, incredible strength, sharp cognition, and zero inflammation. Meanwhile, I see vegans supplementing their way out of deficiencies while their health quietly deteriorates. Hat's not an attack. That's observation. Now let's talk about long-term adaptation, because this is where critics get it wrong. They'll say, oh, you feel good at first, but it won't last. That's backwards. The first few weeks are the hardest. That's the transition. That's the metabolic shift from sugar burning to fat burning. Once you're adapted, energy becomes effortless. Endurance improves. Mental clarity sharpens. Your mitochondria increase in number and efficiency when fueled properly. That's called mitochondrial biogenesis. Fat-adapted mitochondria produce more ATP with less oxidative stress. That's longevity medicine. That's anti-aging medicine. And it doesn't come from smoothies. If I wanted to optimize further, I'd play with meal timing. Some people thrive on one meal a day, others prefer two. There's no dogma here. You listen to your body once it's no longer hijacked by addiction. Hunger signals normalize. Ghrelin normalizes. Leptin normalizes. That's freedom. I'd also stop obsessing over ketone numbers. Ketones are a tool, not a trophy. If you're eating enough fat and protein and your insulin is low, your body will do what it needs to do. Chasing numbers misses the point. Health is the point. And let me address the social pressure, because this matters. People will question you. They'll mock you. They'll tell you you're going to die. Meanwhile, they're taking 5 medications, sleeping terribly, inflamed, depressed, and exhausted. You don't need to convince anyone. Results speak louder than arguments. I've had patients reverse type 2 diabetes completely, off insulin, off metformin, normal blood sugars. Doctors call it remission. I call it removing the cause. I've seen autoimmune markers disappear, rheumatoid arthritis calm down, psoriasis clear, migraines vanish. These aren't isolated cases. This is a pattern, and patterns matter in medicine. Now, if someone wanted to reintroduce foods after a long carnivore reset, I'd be very cautious, because once you feel good, you don't want to break what's working. If anything comes back, you'll now exactly what caused it. That's the power of elimination. Carnivore is the ultimate elimination diet, but here's the truth most people discover. They don't want to add plants back, because why would you add something that brings back pain, bloating, brain fog, anxiety, or fatigue? That's like touching a hot stove just to see if it still burns. Let me tell you something else that doesn't get talked about enough. Carnivore simplifies life. Less decision fatigue, less obsession, less food noise. You eat, you're satisfied, you move on. That mental clarity alone is life-changing for many people. And no, this isn't about being extreme. It's about being precise. Modern nutrition is extreme. Highly processed foods are extreme. Chronic disease is extreme. Eating species appropriate food is normal. If I were advising someone starting carnivore in 2026, I'd say this: give yourself enough time to truly adapt. Don't judge it based on week 1. Don't do it half-heartedly and then blame the diet. Do it correctly with adequate fat, salt, and calories. Respect the biology. Track objective markers. How's your sleep? How's your mood? How's your digestion? How's your strength? How's your blood work? These are the things that matter, not headlines, not fear-based articles. And remember, humans didn't evolve with grocery stores, blenders, or supplements. We evolved hunting animals. We thrived on animal foods. Our brains expanded on animal fats. That's anthropology. That's evolutionary biology. That's not opinion. So as we move forward into a world with more chronic disease, more confusion, more conflicting advice, this way of eating is going to become more relevant, not less. People are waking up because they feel the difference in their own bodies. And once you feel it, no one can gaslight you out of it. If you were listening to this and you're on the fence, I'll say it again. TR Wyatt. Give it an honest shot. 90 days. No cheating, no fear, just biology. Let your body show you the truth. Follow the evidence, follow the results. Share this with someone who's suffering. And if you want to keep learning, keep listening, keep questioning, and keep challenging bad ideas, subscribe, stay connected, and stay curious. Because real health isn't complicated. It's just been hidden from you for a very long time. Let me bring this home because this is the part that actually matters. At the end of the day, this isn't about being carnivore. It's not about labels. It's not about tribes on the internet. It's about one simple question. Does your body work the way it's supposed to work? Because if it doesn't, if you're tired all the time, inflamed, depressed, in pain, dependent on medications, that is not normal human biology. That is a signal. And ignoring that signal is what keeps people sick. Let me tell you something very clearly. The human body wants to heal. It is designed to heal. Given the right inputs, it will correct course again and again. But if you keep poisoning it, slowly, subtly, every single day, it cannot overcome that. No supplement fixes that. No medication fixes that. You have to remove the cause, and that's what this way of eating does when you strip nutrition down to its biological essentials. When you remove plant toxins, inflammatory carbohydrates, industrial seed oils, additives, emulsifiers, and all the nonsense that modern food is built on, the body finally gets a chance to breathe. The immune system stands down, the gut repairs, the mitochondria recover, hormones normalize. That's not theory, that's physiology. People want a complicated answer because they've been trained to believe health is complicated. It's not. Modern disease is complicated. Health is simple. Eat food your species evolved to eat. Don't eat things that RMU, rest, move, get sunlight. That's it. And here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. Once you understand this, once you see the results in yourself or in others, you realize how much unnecessary suffering there is in the world. People with autoimmune disease being told it's forever. People with diabetes being told it only gets worse. People with depression being told it's a chemical imbalance that needs lifelong drugs. That's not just wrong, it's tragic. I've seen too many reversals to ignore this. I've seen too many labs normalize. I've seen too many people cry because they finally feel normal again. That changes you. You can't unsee that. And once you've seen it, you have a responsibility to speak honestly, even if it's unpopular. This is not about perfection. This is about alignment, aligning your diet with your biology, aligning your lifestyle with how humans actually function. And when you do that, the noise fades away, fear fades away. Food stops controlling your life. If you take nothing else from this, take this: your symptoms are not random. Your body is not broken. It is responding exactly as it should to the environment you put it in. Change the environment and the response changes. That's empowering. That puts the control back in your hands. So whether you're dealing with pain, fatigue, autoimmune disease, metabolic issues, mental health struggles, or you just want to perform better, think clearer, and age stronger, this is a path worth taking seriously, not casually, not for a week, but with commitment and curiosity. And you don't have to believe anyone. You don't have to trust me, just test it. Let your body be the judge. Give it the nutrients it actually needs. Remove what's hurting it. Then pay attention, because once you feel what real metabolic health feels like, steady energy, calm digestion, clear thinking, stable mood, you'll understand why so many people never go back. Not because they're extreme, but because they're finally well. This is not a trend, this is a correction. And the more people who take responsibility for their health, who question bad assumptions, who demand results instead of promises, the harder it becomes for bad ideas to survive. So start where you are, do it properly, be patient, be consistent, respect your biology. Your body knows what to do, you just have to stop getting in its way.